Today we're going to start on our backs in supine butterfly. So go ahead and lie onto your backs. And bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees fall wide. We're going to stay here for a few breaths, so feel free to place blocks underneath your knees. Also bring your feet as close as possible to your groin, or maybe take it far away, depending on whether you want it to be more restorative or feel more of a stretch on your hips. So go ahead and settle in, get comfortable, maybe release your shoulders from underneath you. Release the top of the head on the mat, the back of the head on the mat by tucking your chin in slightly. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and gently close your eyes. For those of you new to my class, my name is Vandana, and today's practice will be a really gentle practice, and we'll focus on knee strength and mobility today. Let's all take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. One more time, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Now feel your lips breathing in and out only through your nose. Breathing in yoga is typically done through the nose, unless you have a sinus problem, allergies, or something that prevents you from doing that. So take around 5 smooth inhales and exhales here, mindfully arriving on your mat, leaving everything else behind, just connecting with your breath. Notice how you feel now. How do those knees feel? How do your hips feel? How do your legs feel in general? Are they tired from maybe running or hiking? Something that you did earlier in the day, earlier in the weekend? Take a few breaths, just observing all that. And then on your next inhale, remove the blocks if you have it and bring your knees together and hug them into your chest. And rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. Don't be shy to use the entire width of your mat. Maybe even making circles with your tail in one direction. Circles with your tail in the other direction. And then release your left leg long and strong on the mat. Extend it on the mat and hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a tight squeeze. Keep that left foot active by pressing your heel out and flexing the toes back to your face. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, forehead comes to knee. Inhale, head and shoulders go back down. Exhale, crunch it in, forehead to knee. Inhale, head and shoulders go back down. On the exhale, take a supine twist. Right knee comes over to the left. Extend your right arm out and gaze to your right. Stacking your right hip over your left hip. Use your left hand maybe to gently bring your right knee over closer to the ground on the left side. Slowly come back to center. Give your right knee a tight squeeze one more time and release it long and strong on the mat. Hug your left knee into your chest now. Keeping that right foot active, take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, forehead to left knee, crunch it in. Inhale, head and shoulders back down. Exhale, crunch it in, forehead to knee. Inhale, head and shoulders back down. On the exhale, take a supine twist. Left knee comes over to the right. Stacking your left hip on top of your right hip. Reach your left arm out as a T and gaze to your left. Breathe into your twist. Slowly come back to center. Give your left knee a squeeze one more time. And then release it. Both feet plant on the mat. Feet are hip distance apart, setting up for bridge rolls here. If you have a block, squeeze it in between your thighs. Place your feet so that you can graze the back of your heels with your longest finger, which means that your knee is stacked on top of your ankle. On your next inhale, press your feet down, squeeze your block in as you lift your hips up to the sky. Hold it here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. One more time like this. Press your palms down, press your feet down, lift your hips up, shoot your tail forward, shifting your weight to your shoulders. Hold it here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your tailbone comes down last. Last time here, this time you're going to hold it up. So on your next inhale, press down and lift your hips up. Shooting your tailbone forward, imagine that straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. If you want, you can roll one shoulder under, roll the other shoulder under, interlace your fingers underneath you. Press your knuckles down to lift your hips up even more. Breathe here. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release your shoulders, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your tailbone comes down last. Remove the block, set it to the side. Take your feet as wide as the mat and windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Grab the backs of your thighs now and rock up to a tall seat. Maybe you can rock a couple of times just to massage your spine and then come up to a tall seat. Let's start class mindfully with 1 Om, sitting up tall. I'm going to turn and face you guys. You guys can stay where you are. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, palms touch, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhale, palms come to heart center. One more time like that. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Tuck your chin in, drop your shoulders. Let's start class with Om. Exhaling all the air out. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Setting an intention for your practice, or maybe just sending out a prayer for everything to come back to peaceful times again, for peace and lack of suffering in the world. Gently open your eyes if you have it closed. Plant your right palm down. Right ankle is in front of your left this time. Right palm down. Take your left hand up. Reach your left fingers up to the ceiling and lean over to the right. Straight line from your fingers to your hips, so no ballet arms. Reaching your fingers diagonally across, active fingers. Breathe here into the left side of your body. Breathe into the separation of your ribs. You can just stay here facing front, or maybe turn your heart up and gaze up to the ceiling. Slowly come back to the center. Allow your right fingers to hover off the mat as you take your left hand and bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Gentle neck stretch here. Now tuck your chin in towards your armpit, using your fingers to lightly guide your head, don't pull on it. And slowly come back to the center. Let's take a twist. Left fingers come to the outside of your right knee. Right fingers plant behind you, reaching the crown of the head up, which means that you're sitting up tall. You can sit up on a blanket here even, and gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe into your twist. 3 deep breaths here. On each inhale, sending the crown of the head even higher. On each exhale, twisting just a little bit more. Slowly come back to the center. Fingertips reach out on the mat in front of you. Walk your fingers forward. Walk, walk, walk. Inhale, lift up, elongate your spine. Exhale, walk a little bit more. Last time, inhale, lift up, elongate your spine. On the exhale, go ahead and fold. Fold over your crossed legs, breathing into your hips. Slowly walk your fingers back to your legs and change the crossing of your legs. So left ankle in front now. Maybe this is the unfamiliar way. Most of us sit with our legs crossed in one way. So sitting in the unfamiliar way. This time we're going to take the side stretch to the right. So planting your left hand down, reach your right fingertips up. Fingertips reach up to the ceiling on the inhale, and then exhale. You lean over to the left. Breathe into all the separation that you feel in the right side of your body. Breathe. Maybe stay here or spin your heart up, gaze up to the ceiling. Adding a little bit of twisting motion to our side stretch here. It also just makes sure that we're not rounding in, but keeping that heart open. Breathe here. Actively reach your right fingertips to the side. Slowly come back up. Allow your left fingers to hover off the mat as you bring your right ear to your right shoulder using your right hand to gently guide it. Gaze towards your armpit now. Again, tucking your chin in, gazing towards your armpit, stretching into a different part of the neck. And slowly release. Plant your fingertips in the front again and start walking your fingertips forward. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale, walk a little bit more. Last time, inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. On the exhale, go ahead and fold over your legs, crossed legs, breathe into your hips. Slowly walk your fingertips back to your face and roll on to all fours, coming into a tabletop. Make sure your palms are right underneath your shoulders, your knees are right underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide like a starfish. Your index finger is pointing forward. Press the mat away, building all that strength, gripping the mat with your fingertips. Let's take a few cat-cows. On the inhale, soften the belly, lift your tail up, lift your gaze and your heart up, squeezing your shoulder blades behind you. Exhale, round your back as you press the mat away, gaze at your belly button to spine, spine to ceiling. Again, inhale, arch your back, softening your belly and turning your gaze up, happy cow. Exhale, round your back and push the mat away, gaze at your belly button, tuck your tail in like an angry cat. 2 more like this with your own inhales and exhales. Feeling the undulation in your spine as you move and maybe pausing a little bit where you feel a tight spot. and then release. Coming to a neutral tabletop, you're going to press the mat away, suck in your belly button, and tuck the tail in just slightly so that you have a flat back. On your inhale, send your right leg back long and strong behind you. Either point the toes or flex the foot. Either way, keeping that leg active. Stay here, bird dog, building all that core strength here. If you want more, and if you find your balance is pretty good today, you can take your left arm out, your thumb faces the ceiling. Breathe. Keep pressing the mat away with your right hand. Keep those hips level to the floor. Breathe. 3 deep breaths. Now plant your left hand down if you have it up, and then bend your right knee, bringing the sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling. We're going to extend the leg and then bend it back again. So on your next inhale, extend the leg out. Exhale, bend it back. Keeping the leg level with the parallel with the floor, extend the leg out and then bend it back. Last time, extend the leg out and bend it back. And release the right knee to the floor. Take a few breaths here. And then come back to your neutral tabletop, sucking in your belly button. Kick the left leg back, long and strong behind you. Point your toes, flex that foot, your choice. Stay strong in bird dog here if you want more, if you have your balance today. And if you did it on the other side, take your right arm out, your thumb faces the ceiling. Keep your neck neutral, which means that you're gazing down at your mat, you're not looking up. Your neck is part of the spine, so you want to elongate the crown of the head forward and your tail back to elongate that spine. Cultivating all that core strength by sucking in your belly button. And plant your right hand down. Keep your left leg extended. Now you're going to flex that foot, bend the knee, and take the sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling. You're going to bend and extend and bend again. So on your next inhale, extend the leg out, press the heel to the back. Exhale, bend the knee, bringing the sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling. Extend, bend, extend, bend, and slowly release. Send your, take your knees wide as your mat. Soles, toes, big toes touch, child's pose. Reaching your arms actively forward. Plant your forehead on the mat or on a block if it doesn't reach the mat, keeping your hips on your heels. Breathe here. On your next inhale, you're going to slowly roll all the way up and lie onto your bellies. Planting your palms right underneath your shoulders, squeeze your elbows in, drop your shoulders away from your ears as you press up into a cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Squeeze your elbows in, reach the crown of the head up so that your neck is long. You're not shrugging your shoulders in, but dropping your shoulders away from your ears. Take another deep inhale here. On the exhale, send your hips back, child's pose. Inhale, slither forward, cobra pose. Drop your hips. Lift your heart, squeeze your elbows in. Exhale, send your hips back, child's pose. One more time like that. Inhale, reach forward, drop your hips, squeeze your elbows in as you lift your heart. Maybe turn your gaze up this time. Exhale, slowly lower all the way onto your belly. Take your elbows right underneath your shoulders for Sphinx pose. Forearms are parallel to each other. So you're not clasping your fingers together, but just spreading your fingers wide, just like we did in cat cow. Forearms, keeping your forearms parallel to each other, elbows right underneath the shoulders, Sphinx pose. Actively drag your chest through between your elbows. Imagine that you're pulling your chest through. Keep your neck long one more time by gazing slightly in front of you. Hold it here. It's a great stretch for your abdomen as well as your low back. Now tuck your toes in and lift your hips up, coming into forearm plank. Hold it here, press the mat away with your elbows, slight rounding in your upper back, suck in your belly button, squeeze your quads, engage those quads. It's really important for knee strength to know how to engage your quads. Breathe here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release all the way down, coming back to Sphinx pose. Release the tops of the feet down as you press your chest through. Breathe into your abdomen. Round 2, forearm plank. Press your elbows and your palms down to the mat. Tuck your toes in. Lift your hips up. Squeeze that belly button in. Imagine the straight line, shoulders, hips, heels. If you want, if it's this is too tough, you can drop your knees straight down, but still keep all that engagement in your core and your quads. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Stay strong. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Maybe wiggle your hips out a bit. Just one more round to go. Stay strong. Drop your knees straight down if you want, keeping all that engagement. Round 3, let's go. Tuck your toes in. Lift your hips up. Squeeze your belly button up. Squeeze your quads up. Engage your quads. Hold it here. Breathe for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Turn your right arm parallel to the front edge of the mat. Stack your left arm on top of it and plant your forehead on your forearms. Wiggle your hips out. Take a few deep breaths here. Right arm remains planted parallel to the front edge of the mat. Reach back with your left hand, grab the big toe side and pull your left foot to your bum. Taking a quad stretch, maybe allowing your thigh to peel off the mat a little bit, keeping your hips pressed down. Breathe here, breathe into your quads. I've noticed that my quads get really, really tight. And that restricts also the mobility in my hips and my hamstrings, so cannot go as deep in my forward folds. And slowly release. Bring your left forearm parallel to the front edge of the mat. As you reach back with your right hand now, grab the big toe side and bring your right foot close to your bum. Taking a quad stretch and breathing into your quads, maybe allowing your thigh to peel off just a little bit. Do just enough so that you can feel the stretch. And then breathe into it. And slowly release. Plant your hands right underneath your shoulders, come up and come all the way up to standing at the front of your mat. I'm going to start with some squats and lunges, both awesome for the knees. Just need to be careful about how you do them. So we'll do yoga squats with Utkatasana, so big toes to touch. Heels are slightly apart. Once you're standing all the way up, stand up tall first, drop your shoulders down, drop your tail straight down as you suck in your belly button. On your next inhale, send your hips back and sit down into your chair. Utkatasana, squeeze your knees together, squeeze your thighs together, lift your heart up. Again, sucking in the belly button and tucking your tail in slightly. You're not sticking your booty out. Breathe here, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, allowing your head and neck to release. Stay here for a bit. Breathe into your quads. Maybe sway from side to side. We're going to do this a few more times. Squats, lunges, bridge pose, all of these are great at strengthening the muscles around your knees so that you can be injury-free, pain-free. On your next inhale, come back to your chair pose, lifting your heart up, sending your hips back. Breathe here, reach up, reach your fingers up. If this is too tough, you can always bring your palms to your heart center. Breathe here, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold it all the way down. Uttanasana. Let your head and neck go here. Two more times like that. On your next inhale, squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your knees together, chair pose. Take your hips as low as you can. Lift your heart up as high as you can. Breathe here. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Let your head and neck go. Breathe. Breathe into your legs. Last time here on your next inhale, squeeze your knees, squeeze your thighs, sit down into your chair, Utkatasana, lift your heart up, send your hips back and down, suck in your belly button, breathe, just for 5, stay strong, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, fold forward. Take a deep inhale here, and exhale it out. On your next inhale, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Exhale, roll your shoulder blades back and down. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Step your feet about 3 or 4 feet wide. Your right toes are pointing to the short edge of the mat. The outside edge of your left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. So there's a heel to arch alignment here. Stay strong with both legs. Reach your arms out as a T, actively reaching with all those fingertips. On your next inhale, you're going to bump both your hips back as you reach forward with your right fingers. Reach, reach, reach without rounding your back. Reach as far as you can, and then drop your fingers where they land, maybe your block or your shin, your ankle. Spin your heart up, take your left hand up, gaze at your left thumb if you can, or if not, just keep your gaze facing forward. Breathe here. Stay strong through both legs. Notice the engagement, maybe a slight micro bend in your front leg, but other than that, keeping it really strong and active, pulling up through both quad muscles. Breathe. On your next inhale, press down with both feet and slowly, with control, come all the way up to standing. Warrior poses, triangle pose, great for knee strength. Bend your front knee now, maybe widening the separation of your feet. Bend your front knee. Now your knee should track with your ankle, which means that you're not allowing your knee to fall in, but externally rotating the hip so that your knee and ankle are moving in the same direction. Again, reach your arms out. Soft gaze over your right fingers. Your torso should stay perpendicular to the floor, which means that you're reaching up with the crown of the head. You're not leaning to the front or back. Breathe here. Strong, steady warriors. Take it to the depth that you're comfortable with. Commit to it and stay there for 5 breaths. Keep the bend in your knee. As you inhale, you reach forward, flip your palm and reverse your warrior, taking the right fingertips back. Breathe into the separation in your ribs on the right side again, side stretch. Slowly come back to the center and release. Straighten your leg. This time, toes, left toes point to the short edge of the mat. Edge of the right foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Heel to arch alignment. You're going to reach your arms out as a T. Send both hips back as you reach forward with your left fingers. Reach, reach, reach without rounding. And then drop your fingers where they land. Take your right fingers up. Trikonasana on the other side. Gaze up or keep your gaze to the front. Breathe. Stay strong through both legs, pressing down with both feet. Press down with both feet as you slowly come up with control. Bend your left knee now and maybe widen your feet a little bit, pressing down with the outside edge of the left leg now, making sure you're externally rotating your left knee so that the knee and ankle are tracking together. Reach your arms out, soft gaze towards your left fingers. Strong, steady warriors, stay here and breathe. Commit to it once you're there. Try not to fidget. Try to find that stillness in the pose. Keep the bend in the front knee. As you reach forward with your left fingers, flip the palm and reverse your warrior. Exalted warrior, reverse warrior. Breathing into the left side of the body now, all the way from your left fingertips to your hips. Maybe turning your gaze up. Your left thigh is probably burning. Let it burn. You're building all that strength there, all that fire. Breathe. Slowly come back to center, straighten the front leg, and step to the front of your mat. For some balancing poses, again, balancing poses great for core strength as well as you're building strength in the standing leg. So today we'll take 3 poses for our balancing pose. But let's first squeeze our knee into our chest, just like we did when we were lying down. You're going to bring balance on your left foot by spreading the toes of your left foot if you want. Finding your balance there, and then squeeze your right knee into your chest. And go ahead and open the right knee out, externally rotating the hip. Grab a hold of the ankle and plant the foot either above or below your knee, not at your knee. So you don't want to put any pressure on your knee. Press your standing leg into your foot as much as you're pressing your foot into your standing leg. No sassy hips here. Palms come to heart center. 5 deep meditative breaths here. Grow your tree any way you like. Palms come to heart center one more time. Bring the right knee to the front. Kick that leg out. Hold it here. Breathe. Extend the leg. Great way to build your strength here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. Shake it out. Other side now. Balancing on your right foot. Shifting all the weight there. Go ahead and hug your left knee into your chest first. Open that knee out, externally rotating the hip. You can grab the ankle now and plant that foot either above or below your knee, not at your knee, or maybe even use it as a kickstand, it doesn't matter. Palms come to heart center, pressing the standing leg, the inner thigh into your foot, as much as you're pressing the foot into your leg. Grow your tree any way you want and breathe. Use your drishti, your gaze, to find balance. Palms come to heart center. Bring the left knee out to the front. Kick your leg out. Hold it here and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, shake it out. One more time, we'll do a squat, a wide-legged squat before we take it down to the floor. So take your feet as wide as the mat. Reach your arms forward, thumbs face up. Send your hips back, squat down, hold it here, breathe. Keep pressing your knees out so that they are tracking with the ankles, and press the feet down into the mat so that you're engaging your glutes. Hold it here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat down a little bit lower. Your thighs are parallel to the mat now. They're probably burning. Let it burn for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come all the way down, Malasana, opening your knees out with your elbows and squeezing your knees back into your elbows. So it's like a spring action. Sitting up tall by dropping your tail down and reaching the crown of the head up. If this is tough for you to sit in this yogi squat, take a block and plant it underneath your sit bones, still keeping all that hip opening action going by pressing the elbows out. Breathe. 5 deep breaths here in Malasana Yogi Squat. You'll find that your ankles burn a little bit here too. Another way to do the pose is roll up a blanket and plant it underneath your ankles. So that your feet are on, your toes are on the mat, but your heels are lifted up. And slowly release, coming all the way down. Sorry, coming to a seated position. We'll take some seated stretches before we go into some lying down stretches. So extend your left leg out and hug your right knee into your chest. Bring that right foot on the other side of your left leg for Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated twist. Hug your right knee in with your left elbow, or maybe you bring the left elbow on the outside of your right knee and twist to the right, planting your fingers behind you just for support. Don't lean on it. Breathe into the twist. You can also bend your left knee and bring the left foot close to your right bum to deepen the stretch. Do what feels good for you today. Slowly come back to center. Release the right leg long on the mat. Hug your left knee in. And then bring that left foot on the other side of your right leg, planting the entire foot on the mat. Hug your left knee into your chest with your right elbow, or maybe the right elbow comes on the outside of your left knee. One side is always tighter than the other. For me, this side is a little bit of a challenge. Twist to the left, using the fingers behind you just for support. Just as a touch point, I should be able to lift it off. You can also bend your right knee and bring the right foot close to your left bum. Breathe. Slowly come back to center, release, and then grab your strap or your scarf or belt or anything you have before you come onto your backs for some closing stretches and strengthening exercises. So coming onto your backs, go ahead and extend both legs out first. Reach your arms overhead and interlace your fingers, squeeze your ankles together. Take a good morning stretch first, breathing to the front of your body. Stretch long and strong. And then slowly sweep your arms down, palms plant down onto the mat as you lift your right leg up. Keep that left foot active, actually keep both feet active, pointing the right heel up to the ceiling. Sole of the right foot is parallel to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale and exhale it out. On your next inhale, slowly lower the right leg down, leading with your heel. Exhale, lift it back up before it touches the floor. Inhale, slowly lower it down. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, last time. Exhale, lift. And go ahead and lower the right leg down on the mat. As you lift your left leg up, sole of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. Press your heel up to the ceiling, leading with your heel. Take a deep inhale here and exhale it out. On your next inhale, lower the left leg all the way down to the floor before it touches the mat. Lift it back up on the exhale. Inhale, lower and hover above the mat. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower to hover. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, one more time, lower to hover. Exhale, lift it back up. Last time here, inhale, lower to hover. Exhale, lift it back up. Go ahead and release your left leg, hug both knees into your chest and give it a tight squeeze. And plant both feet on the mat, bring your strap for the hamstring stretch. Looping the strap on the arch of your right foot, extend the right leg up. You can either leave your left foot planted on the mat and extend, or alternately extend your left leg out. Go ahead and use the strap to gently extend the leg up, leading with your heel one more time. Flex the toes, point them to your face. And with each inhale, see if you can gently straighten your knee. Don't hyperextend it, still keeping a micro bend if you're hyperflexible. With each exhale, see if you can pull that leg a little bit closer to your face. It's a little bit easier if you plant your left foot on the ground, but your choice. When we do the supine twist, you'll extend your leg back up. Extend your left leg out. Breathe into your hamstring, reaching the heel up to the ceiling. See if you press your heel up to the ceiling, see if you can feel the stretch all the way down to your hamstrings, even your glutes. One more breath here. Now take both ends of the strap in your right hand and then use your left hand on your left hip to keep it down as you take your right leg out to the right side. Opening the hip, inner thigh stretch here. Adductor stretch, breathe into it. Again, keeping that foot active. Notice exactly where you feel your stretch. And breathe into it. Slowly bring that leg back up. Take both ends of the strap now in your left hand as you reach your right hand out as a T. Twist the left leg over to the left, right leg over to the left side across your body, stacking your right hip over your left hip. Turn your gaze to the right. Breathe. Slowly come back to center. Bend your knee and release the strap. Taking it to the other side now. Extending your right leg out. Bend your left knee and take the strap on the arch of the left foot as you extend the leg up. For the hamstring stretch first. Take it slow. You don't have to extend all the way out right away. Doing it step by step with each breath, maybe going a little bit deeper. Reaching the heel up to the ceiling, noticing if that changes the texture of the stretch. With each inhale, see if you can straighten the leg a little bit more. Don't do it if you're hyperflexible. With each exhale, bringing that foot a little bit closer to your face. There's also this other method of stretching called PNF. If you guys are interested, you can look it up or ping me on email. I'll send you a link. That's a great way to get deeper into a stretch as well. So I think proprioceptic neuro something, PNF. So take both ends of the strap in your left hand now. Use your right hand to press your right hip down as you open your leg, left leg to the left. Breathe into your adductors, the inner thighs. For the PNF stretching, it helps to have someone do it with you. So my husband really likes it when I do it for him. So if two people can do it together, then that'll be great. So I'll send you a link to that if you're interested. Bring the leg back up. Take both ends of the strap now in your right hand. Extend the left arm out as a T. Twist the left leg over to the right, over your body, stacking the left hip on top of your right hip. Turn your gaze to the left. Slowly come back to the center, release the strap. Hug both knees in one more time. And then plant your feet down on the mat. This time, if you have a strap, like a resistance band, you can place the resistance band across your thighs. For the bridge pose again, this time you'll press your knees out with your resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band, and I don't right now, I'm just going to use the block and squeeze the block in for second round of bridge pose. Again, planting the feet hip distance apart, grazing the backs of your heels with your longest finger. On your next inhale, press your palms down, press your feet down, lift your hips up, squeeze the block in, come up onto your toes, lifting your heels up off the mat, reach your arms overhead, biceps by your ears, keep lifting your hips up even higher. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your tailbone comes down, then your arms come down by your side and your heels drop down to the mat. Take your block away. Take your feet as wide as the mat, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. 2 more rounds. We'll stay up high on the last round. Round 2, squeeze your block in, or if you have that resistance band, squeeze your thighs out as you come up. We're doing the opposite of what we are doing here. Squeeze that block in if you have that block, or imagine squeezing your thighs together. Setting up your feet for bridge, just like we did last time. On your next inhale, press your feet down, lift your hips up, shoot your tail forward. Go ahead and lift your heels up off the mat, coming up onto your toes. Take your arms overhead, biceps by your ears. Hold it here, keep pressing your hips up. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your tailbone comes down. Your arms come down by your side and then your heels drop down to the mat. Remove your block and release your low back by windshield wipering your legs from side to side. Round 3, bridge pose. This time you're just going to hold it, not lifting our heels. If you want to, you can. Squeeze that block in one more time. Press your feet down, setting up for bridge, hip distance apart. Press your hips up. Maybe this time you roll one shoulder under then the other. Interlace your fingers and press your knuckles down. Breathe here, 3 deep breaths. Imagine that straight line, knees to hips to your shoulders. Keep pressing your hips up. Don't let it sag. One more inhale. Exhale, lower it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your tailbone comes down last. Allow your knees to fall wide, soles of the feet touch, supine butterfly. Take your arms wide. Maybe close your eyes and breathe. Starting to slow your heart rate down. Use your hands to bring your knees together and hug both knees into your chest. Extend your left leg out one more time and take half happy baby, half Ananda Balasana, grabbing the outside of your pinky side of your right foot and through the inside, which means your elbow is on the inside and you're grabbing the pinky side of the foot with your fingers. Allow your knee to go wide so that you're pressing your knee down to the outside of your right armpit. Sole of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. You can use your left hand on top of your left hip. Breathe. And slowly release. Extending your right leg out. Take half happy baby on the other side, grabbing the sole of the left foot with your left fingers on the pinky toe side, allowing your elbow to come on the inside. Take your knee wide so that you're pressing your knee down to the outside of your left armpit. Sole of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. Breathe here. And slowly release. Now for your final resting pose, just come into a regular Shavasana by taking your legs wide, allowing your ankles to fall open and taking your arms wide. Or another choice is to fold up your blanket if you have it, or your block if you have it, and place it underneath your hips for legs up the wall with Parita Karani. Once you have your hips on your blanket, you can take your legs up. Keep those legs soft because you're in a resting pose here, or go up to a wall and throw your legs up the wall by scooting up close to the wall and then swinging your legs up the wall. Take your arms wide, palms face up. Close your eyes again. Take a deep breath in, either way in Shavasana or in Viparita Karani, and exhale it out. Let go of the control you have over your breath now, and let go of any control you have over your body, allowing yourself to just be cradled by gravity. Imagine yourself floating on a cloud of pillows. That sort of visualization just really helps in kind of relaxing and letting go. Just notice how you feel now. How do your legs feel? How do your knees feel? Notice the weight of your hips on the mat. Notice the weight of your shoulders on the mat. Soften your belly, soften your face, especially the space between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw, maybe tilting your lips up just slightly into a soft smile. Stay here in quiet meditation just for a few breaths.